Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Catherine Purification Plant, blue team. YZ with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue, really strong defense and support, and a cigar. Alongside SchmusCriminal's Mekboy teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of orky gadgets. This is the Freebooters DLC. And rounding off the blue fellas, Zorander as a big stompy Hive Tyrant. This is a durable hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed, bringing offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Sergio. Looks like he's backing away from the scouts. Doesn't want them to just kite him, perhaps. And they're up against the Emperor's finest. We have Ghaz with a Techmarine. Starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee loadout, supports with structures and repairs. We got some Raven Guard going on here. The elite scheme alongside SmilingBlade with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura, rocking the Ultramarines DLC. And rounding off the teams, Bebop with a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero bringing offense, disruption and support, fighting in melee. And this is also the Ultramarines DLC. So I'm going to get confused between these players. Those tacks, looks like they got stomped by the Sentinel and then run off. Lord General looking to tie up those tactical marines in melee. Double sluggers backing away, taking bolt pistol shots and losing models from them. Battle crying Force Commander here, almost wiping those sluggers. SchmusCriminal was not paying attention to those guys, I think. Now they turn to engage. Mekboy helping out, Sentinel helping out. The stomp has been used though, as we've seen. Here comes Shooter Boys and some guardsmen. There's the stomp, it's a good hit. Force Commander runs, Apothecary runs, and they can stroll through onto the VP and onto this power now. We have some tactical marines in here to defend. These are Bebops, I think. Yeah, Bebops coming back out of the base. Ghaz on the east side is getting some Devastators. Looks like the Tyranids have pushed through. Double Hormagaunts for Zorander into a Warrior Brood. There's Sergio running off. And here's the Warrior Brood with power weapons. They leap into combat, provide some basic synapse. If Sergio the Hive Tyrant isn't around, you can keep them in line. Death Gun already up for the Mekboy. A setup weapon with limited firing arc and suppression. There it is. Infantry will take huge amounts of damage if they get close to it. You can, of course, just flank around this firing arc, but you cannot see enemy firing arcs of weapons like this. You can kind of have to just guess. What is he waiting for here, SmilingBlade? He's waiting for the Assault Marines. Bebop also with an Assault Squad on the way. Good pressure here from the blue team, but they need to make sure not to overextend and take unnecessary losses while they're pushing here. One gen down. Death Gun, is it going to suppress? Yep, suppresses the Force Commander. And there's the jump. Assault Squad jumping the Mekboy. Sluggers are there with burners. They're going after those low health tactical marines. Now they're being chased by the Assault Squad. They take out a marine. Those burners count as power weapons. They get a couple of them. Also, of course, count as burners. Give them some more hit points as well. Mekboy is getting very low. Able to teleport out and runs. Some tacks coming around to flank a little bit. Now it's up to YZ to have a measured retreat here. Sluggers are still looking for fights. They need to be very careful though. Assault Squad could jump into their retreat path maybe and finish them off if they stay too long. They're trying to finish off the Apothecary and they got him. In fact, it might have been the stomp that killed the Apothecary there. Have you ever seen a Sentinel ground pound kill a hero? That's amazing. Pathogen Devils on the field now for YZ. Spotters on the way. Still pressure on this power point. Really, really well played for the blue team so far. More sluggers are in while they're getting torn up. Don't have their burners yet. Burners are in as they retreat. YZ still here. Derek and Nigel still shooting too, his little Stormtrooper buddies. Another stomp. Really good usage of the Sentinel so far. Only hit one of the Assault Squad there though. SmilingBlade has lost his scouts along the way. Don't think I spotted that on the screen, but it may have been. 462 to 413 on the VPs. Amazing pressure from the blue team there. But now they're backing off. There's a spotter shell dropped in. Oh, and a smoke shell. Not sure how they did both of them there. That wasn't Catachan smoke, was it? Maybe it was. Before they ran. Meanwhile, on the east side, someone called out turrets. Oh, it's a turret here that Zorander has to deal with. Defending the power. Sergio runs. Sergio has extended carapace. Here we see the firing arc of the turret completely covering this eastern side, which can get a bit narrow and claustrophobic. Bebop with more tactical marines. Ghaz, of course, with those devastators. They can be covered by the turret. I don't think Zorander's going to bother with Ravenous here. Probably just go tier 2, maybe call in a Tyrant guard to make short work of that turret. Gaunts with adrenal glands. What about the other fellas? Yep, both with adrenal glands. More damage, more health. Increases elite attack range by 50% and gives them a little bit more speed. 438 to 408 on the VPs. Lord General with stabilizers. Some health regen. Catachans, maybe they should be forcing melee on the Force Commander, but I think maybe because the battle cry is going off, they don't want to. But they get knocked around. But he's off the field now. Did level up to 2. How are the armies doing? Any more losses? Not that I can see. Did SchmusCriminal have anything else up? These sluggers are getting roasted, and they are obliterated by a bolter fire. Heavy bolter, I think, was firing on there. I don't think he had another squad, SchmusCriminal, but I could be wrong. Mekboy hits level 2. Trying to find a spot to set up, I think. There we go. Gaunts are getting messed up. Scouts trying to finish him with close range shotguns. Couldn't quite get it done. I think the death gun saved them because it meant the tactical marines couldn't get into melee there on retreat path. Shotgun blast for the mech. Needs to teleport out and then probably run. He's still in play. Staying in play. 415 to 401. Guardsmen flee. Catachans flee. Another good push though, it looked like, from YZ there. Some stomps and things going on. Assault squad already have their sergeant for SmilingBlade before anyone else even gets to tier 2. Very interesting to see that as the very first purchase in tier 2. You'd expect like a heavy hitter coming out. A Dreadnought or a Razorback or something first. Librarian maybe. It's got an anointed power axe too. There's Purification Rites, and we have Armor of Purity also. Level 2 Apothecary, fully kitted out now. This means he can heal more often, which synergizes, of course, with Purification Rites. 415 to 390, Assault Squad jumping in, being aggressive on those guardsmen as Catachan Devils, though. Counter-initiating with the Shotgun Blast. They can also get into some melee themselves with power melee damage. Sluggers backing off a bit. Don't want to fight this Apothecary. He's being very aggressive. Big push from the red team, and they need it, don't they? They should be able to get onto the power here. There was that Purification Rites heal. Sluggers get back up, though. Angels of Death now goes up. Look how well the Sluggers did there. Fighting Assault Squad with a Sergeant being healed with Purification Rites and being shot at by like 3 Tactical Marines. And they still did really well in that fight. Big old Foot of Gork. You do take less damage while you are in melee from ranged fire. Well, most units do. The vast majority do. I think Guardsmen don't, and some others. Mekboy, annoying stuff with his custom force field. Librarian is up for Ghaz. Nothing yet out in tier 2 for SmilingBlade. Also for Bebop. Is SmilingBlade looking for tier 3 here? Or maybe looking for the Dreadnought, I suppose. So they couldn't quite actually get onto the power there. I thought they would. Weird Boy is a big problem, especially if these Tactical Marines all bunch up into one big blob that he can stun. Assault Squad, I think, will be the target for the stuns, though, most of the time. Couldn't decap the VP, even. 2-1 still goes. 415 to 333 on the east side. Well played, Ghaz. Pushing up, decapping his power now, trying to shoot it down instead of stealing it. What's going on with Sergio? Still level 1 and has that extended carapace. Help him, says YZ. Suggesting that SchmusCriminal goes to assist on the east side, I think. but we'll see. Techmarine hanging out. He's got his bionics, but no melee weapon. He can get a cool axe, that fella. Back to the mid. There's that Warp Vomit, one of the starting abilities of the Weird Boy, and it's a very bloody good one. And there's the Warp Head giving the foot of Gork. The Weird Boy has 1,000 energy, which seems nuts, because his abilities cost a lot of energy. But if you get energy back by surrounding Orks using their War, which is a minor buff that pretty much all Orc units have. Got some stick bombers in. The War gets more powerful depending on how many units use it. Plasma Guardsmen in there. Should trade quite well with those tactical marines, especially if they had like Chimera support to reinforce. YZ has got some stormtroopers. Does that mean we're going to see the sniper rifle? Well, they don't have a kit yet. SmilingBlade with Librarian into Razorback as Ghaz goes tier 3. Got some Gene Stealers to deal with, so maybe he's looking for Venerable Dreadnought here. Now having to defend his own power. Librarian looking for the Warrior Brood. He's got a really powerful power weapon, over 70 DPS power melee with that staff, and there's the Force Barrier knocking the Gene Stealers around. Goes after the Hormagaunts. He does inspire on kill, this guy, so maybe he looks for softer targets more often. Sergio the Hive Tyrant runs away. Did I see a Psychic Scream over there or something? Or am I going mad? Must be going mad. There is no such thing. Little bit of an assist from SmilingBlade. Not sure what took care of the turret in the end. It might have just been the Hive Tyrant like charging up to it or charging around it. Okay, they're getting an anti-armor kit. Try and hunt down that Razorback perhaps. Razorback's pushing up really far. This is a support vehicle for the Space Marines. They can reinforce off it. Also jump inside, and that is a beamy death gun, taking a massive chunk out of that thing already. Custom Force still keeping those assault squad fellas away. Here comes the Apothecary. Couldn't get a swing on him before he gets knocked back there. Smite going out on those poor guardsmen. Getting jumped, so blobbed up there, aren't they? It was a difficult spot for them to be in, and we do see the sniper rifle for the Lord General buffing the range of those guardsmen. Lord General can get a melter gun as well. I thought maybe we'd see it to increase firing patterns, firing rate of those plasmas. Foot of Gork makes those guys run, gets them off the field. Termagants in a fight with the assault squad, not something they want. Scout trying to grab that central power and steal it. Here comes Sergio and the rest of his Tyranids, including the Gene Stealers under melee Synapse alongside those Hormagaunts as well. It's a really nasty melee force here. Force Barrier doing some good work though. Nicely timed there. Assault squad do get away. One Librarian flees. There's still a Librarian in play, but this is a lot of stuff running at you now. Stick bombers. Oh, some friendly fire maybe on the Gene Stealers a bit. Those Gene Stealers returning health on hit by default these days. 382-265. The west side is red, but for how long? Plasma Gunning gets a good shot, but it was also taking some plasma gun shots themselves, weren't they? Here's the Sacred Standard Force Commander. Assault Kit Stormtroopers. Oh, they've taken care of the Razorback already. Was it on the screen? I bet it was on the screen when it blew up, and I just didn't see. Maybe it was chased off the west side, but Ghaz has a Predator tank. West side looks like... Oh, maybe it's not going to turn blue, actually. I think there's an assault squad on it now. It's a good charge in the back by Sergio the Hive Tyrant, fighting some assault squad fellas, and runs away. Can't do much about this Predator tank at the moment. I guess the Warrior Brood could try to fight in melee, but they were really low. Sluggers also flee. Stick bombers flee. A little bit of pressure there. They couldn't grab the VP though. West side does indeed turn red. Tax looking for a bit of flanking action. There's a Veil of Time on those Assault Marines, making them run a bit further. Or faster rather. Okay, blue team I think are going to get back at least a decap on the west side. And then mobbing in the mid the Space Marines. Tier 3 for Bebop. Double flash gits for SchmusCriminal. And here's the Carnifex on the way for Zorander. YZ or YZ with a Manticore. Kind of far up, actually. Can they get a good hit? There's Angels of Death from the Apothecary, granting 50% damage resistance to all of his infantry. It's pretty damn good. Manticore Strike. Does not hit anything. And here we see the incoming, actually. Stabilizers was replaced. Incoming gives you knockback immunity, which is really good, because it means the assault squad can't knock you over. Those guys don't have a melter bomb, so they can't threaten the Manticore, really. Flanking Orks coming through now, the flash kits with their snaz guns, but they are switching to blasters. Blasters shoot psychic energy, very effective against heavily armored infantry, because it just ignores their armor, basically, is the idea there. Just attacking their brains or something, I don't know. Ouch. Perfectly placed friendly fire shot from the Weird Boy. That's his specialty there. 355 to 265 on the VPs. Ghaz with double predators, I guess. Carnifex. There it is with a Venom Cannon. Trying to go after that predator. The Gene Stealers are off the field, I guess. They took a bunch of damage. Techmarine has gone melee mode. He's level 3 now. He's got his Axe of the Mechanicum. More melee skill, more health, charge range, all that good stuff. And he drains energy per hit. 355, 265. Can someone cap the west side there? Apothecary's down. Force Commander looking for a revive, maybe. Level 3. Goes for it. What level's the Apothecary? Level 4. Oh well. No reviving for you. Custom Force Field does the job. Knocking him back. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for SmilingBlade. There's those flash kits with those blasters. Nasty, nasty weapons. Look at that. There's no wind-up on the weapon at all. So you can't really dodge them like you can sometimes with Wraith Guard. Get jumped and run away. It might be worth getting another assault squad and turning them into Vanguard veterans, because you've got flash kits to jump, the Weird Boy to jump. It might be worth it. And all of the guard stuff, of course. On the east side, though, we have a Venerable Dreadnought. This guy is unique to the Techmarine. Big bucket of hit points. Powerful melee. And really good inspiration on kill. The Techmarine is down. I wonder if that was the SmilingBlade's Razorback there. 342 to 265. Capillary Tower infestation goes up. And those guys do not like the blasters, so they're off. Weird Boy hasn't leveled yet. Land Red Redeemer on the way now for Bebop also. SmilingBlade, I assume, takes his Land Raider through the mid. But we'll see. Might decide to just park it on the west side. Where are the other flash kits? Yeah, they work really good teamed up, which is generally the case with burst weapons. Get a bunch of them together, you can be absolutely devastating. There's the Land Raider. So those blasters doing psychic damage are not good against vehicles. Assault Squad jumps them and they all run. Still has the beamy, I think, yeah. Still has a beamy. Could get some tank busters up for barrages, because this thing is really big and easy to hit with barrages. Well, easier than some other vehicles. What's the Venerable Dreadnought doing? Just looking cool on fire for some reason. 342 to 234. Another Carnifex for Zorander, and it might be another Venom Cannon with the amount of vehicles there are. 2 Land Raiders, well, soon to be 2 Land Raiders, 2 tanks, and a Venerable Dreadnought to get through. So a lot of vehicle armor. You may see Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant too, which is always fun. Not a weapon you see all that often. It's highly specialized. It used to be that it would hit infantry like semi-regularly, but they made it much more specialized into an anti-vehicle weapon a while ago. So the Land Raider's sitting pretty on the west side for SmilingBlade. Bebop just came out. And a plasma cannon's coming up too. There's the Nob Squad. These guys can rip apart anything, although in the update that's currently out, 2.11, they have power melee axes. You need to get their EU jammers to give them heavy melee weapons now. I think is the case. Sergio still with no weapon upgrade. Second Carnifex is up and does have Venom Cannon. And here comes a Zone Throat for some symbiosis support to heal those guys. Big retreat there. They can retreat back to the Land Raider, which also provides health regen and reinforcement, as well as a whole bunch of cool guns. Flamestorm cannons on the side, Twin Assault Cannon, Multi-Melter, and now they've got 2 of them. Can the blue team punch through this? Lord General, with his Commissar retinue member, throws up the shield here. He's also got the medical guy in there. Oh, the Commissar just fell over. Manticore Strike, Foot of Gork, Rocket Run, all sorts of shenanigans. What are those guys turning to face? Oh, tanks. Venom Cannon Carnifex is going after the tanks. Venerable Dreadnought tearing through some Termagants. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he wants to try and face those Carnifexes and tie them up. There's the Nob Squad, now with their EU jammers and Mina and Greener upgrade. The Land Raiders took a beating for sure. Carnifexes come marching through. Big old fight now. That Land Raider's getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, Beamy Death Gun was getting shots. The 2 Venom Cannons that got it done. And there's that Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant, as you can see. Can they get them both down in this engagement? One Carnifex falls. Missile Launcher Tactical Marines, 2 of them in fact. Venom Cannon Carnifex, also Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant still trying to take down the Land Raider there. Lord General goes for the cap again. Hive Tyrant runs, so one of the Land Raiders looks like it is going to survive. Custom Force Field comes in and keeps the VP. Oh, he's still capping the Lord General. The one of the Stormtroopers was in there, but now it's gone. Sneaky Stormtroopers. Taking a whole bunch of damage from the fire, though. Need to run. They got the Melter Bomb on it. And there's a Rocks, and can that finish it off? It does. They did get both the Land Raiders down really quick. Well played, the blue team. I'm sure they took some losses during, but look at the losses on SmilingBlade and Bebop now. That was a really nasty fight. Yeah, Bebop lost his assault squad here, look. 271, 225 on the VPs. Can the red team recover? SmilingBlade just got some Terminators. They still have like high level Marines up, level 4 Marines. Another Land Raider on the way for Ghaz. I'm not sure where the Venerable was in that fight. He's been very defensive with it so far. But maybe it was fighting the Nob Squad, because I didn't see the Nob Squad come through there. I guess I missed them fighting a bit. Need Earthquake, says YZ. He means the Mega Rumbler from the Mekboy. They got both those Land Raiders. So here's the Terminators of Bebop now. These fellas have an assault cannon. These guys just with their storm bolters for now. They're still really good weapons against regular infantry, such as those poor guardsmen who flee in terror. And the red team do have the west side right now. Land Raider takes a while to come out. Sergio the Hive Tyrant now level 4 on the east side with that Venom Cannon. Actually synergizes better than you'd think with the charge armor, because he can use it to charge and like chase a vehicle to get those last shots that he needs. Or just get out of a bad spot to free himself up to shoot, maybe. Does it tell me what... Doesn't tell me how much melee damage he gets with the Venom Cannon, but it's still respectable, I believe. So there's the Mega Rumbler to stun the Terminators. Nob Squad is on them, pummeling them to death, and Flash gets getting shots. They are having a really bad time, and they don't have the Librarians to save them. There's the teleport. I'm not sure they're going to make it out. Oh, they made it out. The Sluggers stopped chasing. I thought maybe they thought they were just going to get shotgun blasted there. Some expensive reinforcement for those guys, though. Here comes a whole bunch of Plasma Guardsmen. And they show no fear on those attacks. Venerable Dreadnought comes charging through. Might have to get onto that Mekboy. Kills that guy pretty good. Nob squad did run. What is this? Oh, it's the Techmarine in there. He is gone. He's down. So where's that Land Raider going? Looks like it is coming over. Blue team have taken the west side though. Force Commander's down here with that big Sacred Standard buff, but everything's too far away to benefit at the moment. There's the Land Raider. Through the mid at the moment. More Devastators for Ghaz. YZ with a Stormlord coming in. Maybe with a Las Cannon for those Carnifexes. What about these fellas? You have a Las Cannon? Yep. Fast capping tax on the VP, but look at the damage from those Plasma Guardsmen. Level 3 Plasma Guardsmen, that is nasty. Cyclone Missile Launcher messes them up. Assault Squad jumps in. Now something else can take over the cap, maybe. Hadachin is there, though. Haven't really been able to threaten the Manticore very much, have they? Been quite tough. Assault Squad jump into flash kits because they will just start deleting Marines. Sluggers, though, on these guys. Do they have and they show no fear? Doesn't look like it, but a Force Commander's here. Battle crying stuff. I was going to say maybe he should throw for the Emperor on the Terminators just for the Storm Bolters, or maybe those Devastators, but it looks like they dealt with them. In fact, did they wipe them? They wiped those Sluggers. 190, 195. Terminator is trying to cap. Here comes the Mega Rumbler. I don't think it knocks down the Terminators, right? No, it just stuns them, so they can still cap. Should stunning stop caps, do we think? They can still cap because they're still in range there. Las Cannon spools up, shoots the Carnifex. But that Land Raider's taking a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Doesn't have Las Cannons on the tank yet. Ooh, Gene Stealers ripped that Land Raider apart with the Rending Claws. Meanwhile, back to the west side. Terminator's limping away, but they only lost a single model. The other guys are back here now from SmilingBlade. And where's the Apothecary? There he is. Techmarine's back on his feet. Not sure if he repurchased or someone grabbed him. Land Raider's now being repaired by the Techmarine. Doesn't have any scouts though. In fact, nobody has any scouts to repair. Over there, chucking the Nob Squad in. Using his bigger brains. And those Terminators back the hell off. Here's the Stormlord then, with a Vulcan Mega Bolter on the front. That Mega Bolter just rips through infantry. Doesn't matter how heavy it is. Sergio, almost level 5. Look at him go. Yeah, the poor Dreadnought needs repairs as well. He does have that Blessing of the Omnicide Global, but maybe it's on cooldown. Maybe he just doesn't want to use it right now. Another Land Raider. Bebop has another one. Okay then. SchmusCriminal's a little bit depleted with Weird Boy, Flash Gits, and a Nob Squad. Level 1 Nob Squad. I wonder what his next purchase is going to be. Force Commander now with a Thunderhammer. Level 6. We have a big old line of Space Marines here. Can they get the VP though? That Vulcan Mega Bolter just ripping through those Terminators trying to cap. Look. Big fight. Final formation. Manticores. Everything. Did the Cyclone happen already? Was there a Cyclone Missile Launcher shot? Here's a rocket run as well. Almost wiping out that Las Cannon. Can it finish it? I think it finished it. I'm not sure. Tyranids stampeding through the mid, chasing off the Venerable Dreadnought. Gene Stealers are on it. We do see the Blessing of the Omnicide now, healing, or rather repairing, all allied vehicles on the map. Venerable is going to just stand and fight. Goes into Stoicism mode, where it gets increased stats and constant inspiration before it goes down. And down it goes. The brave Venerable Dreadnought is down 178 to 149. VPs are quite even. Can the red teams hold? The Land Raiders are doing well, providing those reinforcement points and retreat points. Nob squad are bearing down though. Nope, they turn around. Orbital bombardment coming in. It's a good hit. And there's a rocks on the Land Raider. Very good hit. We can reinforce off that Stormlord, by the way. Nob squad popping their frenzy to get onto the Land Raider again. They were suppressed. I think they were suppressed by this assault cannon. But they were dealt with. Can the assault squad jump after them and finish them, actually? Terminators weren't quite in position to get some power fist hits there. Back towards the mid, though. The Land Raider of Ghaz under threat by those double Carnifexes. Can they finish it? They can finish it. Yeah, really surprised we don't see the last cannon upgrade on that tank.
Let's get to it.
Scouts on the way for Bebop, just to try and repair his Land Raider, I think. Blue team have the west side, 178 to 98. This Land Raider blew up in a weird spot. Like it's sinking into the ground. Those Venom Cannon Carnifexes are brutal. Level 1 and level 3. Terminators are going to go for the cap here. That's a foot of Gork on them, which obliterates them. Wow. Weird Boy hits level 4. There's so much damage. And it's all psychic damage, so their armor doesn't really help them there. Got a Melter Gun Techmarine now, level 5. Doesn't have his orbs, which could help shut down those Carnifexes, but I mean, Refractor Field is great too. I think the red team have conceded here. They just lost too much in those last couple of fights. Awesome game. Level 8 Lord General. Had his Commissar and his Medic there. Level 8 Mekboy with that Beamy. And the Mega Rumbler. Hive Tyrant level 6. And the red team, I think, losing those two Land Raiders in quick succession was pretty brutal, but they hung in there. Level 5 Techmarine. A level 9 Apothecary. And a level 7 Force Commander down at the end. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.